Hello again, everyone. Chris Matthew with Forbidden Knowledge News. Before I bring on today's presenter, I have some amazing news for you guys. There are no longer any enforceable requirements for mask wearing in Nevada. It's officially over. Technically, the lowering of the requirement is only for vaccinated people, but because no one can even ask to see a vaccination card, everyone will be taken at their word. This event just got even better. I hope to see all of you there at this mask-free, amazing event. Welcome back, everyone. Chris Matthew with Forbidden Knowledge News. Today, I am happy to welcome to the show Dr. Bruce Goldberg. He is a dentist and hypnotherapist. He specializes in past life regression and future life progression hypnotherapy. He's retired from dentistry to devote full time to his rapidly expanding international hypnotherapy practice. He has been on many radio and television talk shows, as well as a media consultant, a New Age metaphysical activist, and spokesperson, and he has written several books and has produced dozens of self-hypnosis tapes. Dr. Goldberg, welcome. How are you doing?
I am doing fine. It's a pleasure to actually be retired from dentistry, so now I can drill into past and future lives.
Awesome. That is so cool. And I get to finally meet you at the upcoming Laughlin UFO conference, which is going to be great. And you're going to be giving an amazing presentation a little bit about past and future lives. Isn't that right?
Yes. Now, what's going to happen? Friday is going to be a lot of fun. Friday, June 11th, between 3 and 4:45 p.m., I'm going to be giving a comprehensive talk and discussion about past life regression and future life progression. I'll also be showing videos of actual people going through the experiences, including my regression of Jerry Springer, of all people. And then I will be guiding the entire audience of all the attendees through hypnosis, a group hypnotic experience, into their past lives and into their future lives. And also training them to do what I call a super conscious mind tap, which they can use for healing purposes and which they can review their Akashic records. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, we lost your sound here, Dr. Bruce, for the last sentence that you said.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you now. I got you.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat the last thing I said?
Yes, if you could.
Okay, so during my presentation, which will be on Friday, June 11th, between 3 and 4:45 p.m., I will be giving a talk on past life regression and future life progression. I'll be showing videos of actual patients and people in studio audiences who have gone through the experience, including Jerry Springer's past life, interestingly enough. And then I'll be guiding everyone, all the attendees, through a group hypnotic experience into their past and future lives, which means they're actually reading their Akashic records. And I'm also going to end it with doing a super conscious mind tap in which they can access their higher self, which they can use for healing purposes and spiritual growth.
That's going to be so awesome. I can't wait for that. Now, when you regress someone to a past life, do you think that it is a genuine past life or more of a collective conscious memory that everyone shares and that everyone experiences?
Well, as a scientist, we all can use one simple analysis of that. And that is, if you can document things like this on an individual basis, then you can't prove reincarnation, you can give suggestive evidence. So for example, my most famous case is The Search for Grace. That was a CBS movie that was based on the network, by the way, documented the case, not me. A case that occurred in Buffalo in 1927 of a woman who was obsessively attracted, a young single attractive woman was obsessively attracted to a married man, strike one, and he tried to murder her on 3 different occasions, and she couldn't break up the relationship. She was obsessed with him. As it turned out, she had reincarnated with him 20 times out of 46 lives, and he murdered her every single time. So she was able to overcome that, as well as absolutely document this case. CBS documented, not only did they document the case, but the newspapers that existed in Buffalo, New York in 1927, there were 4 newspapers, now there's only one, the Buffalo Evening News. They said that she was 30 years old when she was murdered and that the name of her son was Chester Jr., Chester being the husband. In reality, the birth certificate and death certificate showed that she was 32 years old, which is what she told me in trance. And the name of her son, although It may have been Chester as a middle name. His first name was Cliff, and I spoke to the grandchildren, referenced before the movie aired, and everybody called him Cliff. So she was right. All the reporters were wrong. They all copied each other because obviously they said the same thing. So this is one of the most documented cases of the last 100 years.
Wow, that is really, really cool. Now, you're going to during your sessions, you're going to be helping people access their higher selves, remove blocks, and attain their karmic purpose. Could you go into a little bit more detail about what that means for people?
Right. Now, in a group experience, obviously it's limited because there's a whole bunch of people there with all their neurotic energy that's going to be involved here. So, but I will be training them to access the higher self. The higher self, not only does it access the Akashic records, it brings spirit guides into your awareness, and it also does actual healing of the auric field of our spiritual bodies, which surrounds our physical bodies. Now, there's a certain limitation of what I can do for healing in a group experience, but while I'm there, between Thursday, actually the 10th through Saturday, the 12th, I'll be seeing private patients on a one-on-one basis. So people who come to the conference want to see me mano a mano, they're more than welcome to do so. Let me know. I will schedule them. And of course, I do computer sessions with patients from all over the world. So they don't have to be in Nevada for me to see them. They can go to my homepage and they can see the private sessions link about scheduling sessions. But my whole point is to connect them to the higher self. That is the key to my therapy. Regressions and progressions are not the key to therapy. Superconscious mind taps are. And that's what we're going to be doing at the end of the experience.
That's going to be great. Now, seeing that this is a UFO conference, I have to ask you about what you think about all the, talk and disclosure coming from our mainstream media, from the Pentagon. Supposedly, we're going to be getting this document drop in June with even more information. I'm not sure what to think that because it's all coming out so suddenly around, 2017 after the New York Times document, especially, but we've had it even more after this pandemic and everything, all the strangeness surrounding that. Why do you think the urgency in this ramping up of this slow drip kind of disclosure?
Well, first of all, it's political. You never trust the government. The government is never on your side. I'm from the government. I'm here to help you is one of the biggest lies in society. Okay. The reason why they're doing it is political in this way. They're doing it to distract the public from the incompetency of the Biden administration, everything that's going on. The border problems, rampant inflation coming up, you name it, the mask scam that's going on now, all these things that are negative and unnecessary, that are just something that the administration wants to push because of their wokeness to the extreme left that they represent. So this is a distraction, but that's one level. But that's not the only reason. I think it's just plain public pressure. If you go back in time to the late 1940s, when you had the MJ-12 was set up by Truman administration, half of the six of the MJ-12 wanted to release the information of the UFOs, the ETs, the other half did not. One of the people who was, I think it was Forrestal, who was a main proponent of releasing the information, he was in the hospital and he conveniently fell out the window of a 32nd floor in Bethesda. Okay. So I think you see the government's mentality to hide things and to keep it from the public, but now there's just way too much pressure on them. And again, I also don't underestimate the distraction from the various things that are going on in the administration. So this is a good way to distract people, because they say, hey, wow, UFOs, so the gas is $4 a gallon, but look at the UFOs, it's just a distraction thing. But I do think the pressure is there and there's too much evidence going. Look, Mexico has done this 25 years ago. Chile and Argentina and Brazil and South America have released information to the public. Okay, they're very open about it. Okay, even in Europe, certain countries have released information. So we're last on the list.
Yeah, and
let's not forget Russia, not exactly a friend to the United States. They have released information. So we're just joining the team here. We don't want to be too far out of it, but I do think the distraction mechanism is a key here.
Yes, I happen to agree with you 100%. I do not trust the government, and I would think that much of this is a big distraction. But Dr. Bruce, I want to thank you again for stopping by today, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you at the conference, talking to you, and hearing your presentations. and of course, seeing all of you there as well. So between now and then, if everyone wants to find out more about you and what you're going to be presenting, what's your website, social media, stuff like that, so they can find you?
Okay, well, my website is www.dr, that's D as in David, R as in Robert, and then you spell BRUCEGOLDBERG.com. I've got a Facebook page, of course. On my website, by the way, in the upper right-hand corner, they can go to my YouTube link, and I have 55 videos about people going through past and future lives, a time traveler contactee, a UFO contactee, and a whole bunch of fun stuff. Jerry Springer's past life is on there, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. So they can just check that out. The website not only does have the videos, but there's also articles on there, listing of all my books. I've got 21 books out there and well over 110 CDs or MP3 files they can get. And I also do a monthly webinar the second Sunday of the month, in which I do a different topic, which includes a group hypnotic experience. And all that information is available on my homepage.
Perfect. Well, thank you again, Dr. Bruce. Look forward to seeing you in Laughlin, and I look forward to seeing all of you there too. So have an excellent evening. This year's Laughlin UFO Mega Conference is going to be the biggest, most extraordinary ever. It's going to feature over 36 scientists, researchers, and contactees presenting incredible new disclosures over 7 days. You can now register for the full week, for half a week, or even by the day or session. During this incredible week, not only will there be over 35 amazing presentations, which, by the way, will only be one at a time, so you don't have to miss anything. You're going to get an amazing skywatch, meet and greets, exclusive film screenings, and the opportunity to hang out with me. Go to their website, LaughlinUFOMegaConference.com, and register now. Last year's conference was awesome, and this year's will be even better. Join us for an incredible 7 days of education and disclosure at the Laughlin UFO Mega Conference.